From the mysteries surrounding Roswell, Area 51, and the 37th parallel, to high-profile whistleblowers like Bob Lazar, Luis Elizondo, and David Grush, the idea that extraterrestrials could be inserting themselves into governments is an intriguing possibility. Here, we'll explore the history of these bizarre theories, and we'll probe deeper into the latest developments in UAP investigation. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there are some claims you just have to hear. This is Unveiled, and today we're answering the extraordinary question, are there aliens working in the US government?
Do you need the big questions answered? Are you constantly curious? Then why not subscribe to Unveiled for more clips like this one, and ring the bell for more thought-provoking content.
A quiet invasion of Earth by intelligent aliens seeking to infiltrate our most powerful structures. It's certainly got legs for science fiction. But what about reality? Contemporary theories started with Roswell, one of the most famous alien incidents of all time. According to allegations, in July 1947, an unidentified object crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. The military investigated and initially reported that they had recovered a, quote, flying disc. Naturally, this sparked excitement, but the authorities mysteriously retracted the statement shortly after. Instead, they attributed the strange debris to a weather balloon. This abrupt change was highly peculiar, even back then, and fueled rumors of a cover-up. The result was widespread speculation for decades after that the US government was hiding evidence of alien life. There is a lack of evidence publicly available to back that claim up, but many UFO proponents still believe that Roswell was extraterrestrial. The legends, stories, and hoaxes sprang from there. Another cornerstone of the alien conspiracy narrative is the so-called Majestic 12 and the documents that purportedly reveal its existence. The papers were allegedly leaked in the 1980s and are said to detail a secret government committee established in the 1940s. That committee's primary purpose was to handle the recovery and research of extraterrestrial technology and biological samples. According to legend, Harry Truman formed the secret group, but the documents are generally considered to be inauthentic. Critics argue that they contain numerous errors and inconsistencies, casting doubt on their legitimacy. For example, they used terminology and concepts that weren't otherwise common in the 1940s. Despite its contentious nature, though, the Majestic 12 has had a massive impact on the UFO conspiracy community. The documents and the handling of them stands as something of a blueprint for government cover-ups of any kind. And the idea of a secret, high-ranking group that's busily managing alien affairs is now a staple of sci-fi lore and popular culture. There are several notable figures that have particularly pushed the idea forwards, however. Bob Lazar is, of course, one of the most well-known, properly coming into the spotlight in 1989. He claimed to have worked in a secret facility near Area 51, which he called S4. It was here that Lazar allegedly reverse-engineered alien technology. Over the years, he's provided descriptions of working on advanced spacecraft, including anti-gravity tech, and he's claimed to have seen alien beings. Unfortunately for Lazar's credibility, his background is hazy, to say the least. Ignoring his alien story, he's also claimed to have degrees from MIT and Caltech, but there is no record of him ever attending these institutions. What's more, he's also been a convicted criminal twice before. First in 1990 for involvement in a prostitution ring, and secondly in 2006 for dealing illegal and/or restricted chemicals. For some, Lazar is the poster boy for UFO truth. For others, he's one of the most infamous charlatans of modern times. What do you think? Let us know your verdict in the comments. Moving on to another controversial but influential figure, though, William Cooper was an ex-Navy officer and author of the book Behold a Pale Horse. He rose to prominence in the 1990s, again making bold claims about the government's knowledge of aliens. These involved suggesting that the US was in contact with alien beings and had been actively concealing that contact from the public. Cooper provided detailed, allegedly legitimate accounts of government cover-ups and alien interactions. For example, he claimed that JFK was assassinated to prevent him from telling the public that aliens were invading Earth. Such suggestions have unsurprisingly had a lasting impact on conspiracy theories in general. despite ongoing skepticism. Much like Bob Lazar, William Cooper was also an incredibly controversial figure. Another one of his theories was that HIV was a man-made virus used to target specific groups of people, and that a cure was made before the virus ever began to spread. He grew increasingly opposed to the government during the 90s, eventually being charged with tax evasion. When police came to arrest him, he shot one of the deputies and was then fatally shot himself. One more trailblazing whistleblower of note was Phil Schneider, who claimed to be a former government engineer. He's widely known in conspiracy circles, specifically for his repeated claims about secret underground basements. In 1995, he claimed the government was building deep underground military bases, or DUMBs, all over the U.S., including, most infamously, at Dulce Base in New Mexico. According to Schneider, this was a hidden facility where aliens and government officials collaborated on technology, and presumably still do. Schneider alleged that during his time working at Dulce, he encountered hostile extraterrestrials and was privy to classified information. According to legend, he even witnessed a battle there, resulting in multiple casualties. As the story around Schneider continues, it's said that he was tortured and killed by the authorities just a few months after the Dulce incident. Again, there is plenty of skepticism. But again, it's a story that has served to shape how the watching world views the possibility of aliens on the inside. Then again, perhaps no single person, place, event, or thing has had a greater impact on UFO conspiracies than Area 51. Globally recognized and forever debated, it's officially billed as a testing ground for experimental aircraft and military technology. However, located deep in the Nevada desert and miles away from anywhere, the extreme secrecy that surrounds Area 51, the heavily guarded parameters, and the restricted airspace overhead has famously led many to believe that there's something much more clandestine going on. Theories suggest that the base, otherwise known as Homey Airport, is actually an international center for the reverse engineering of alien vehicles and artifacts, and that it's perhaps even a holding bay for alien life forms as well. Again, Bob Lazar is largely responsible for the mystique around Area 51. And in one of the most recent chapters of its history, we saw the Storm Area 51 meme reach fever pitch in September 2019, resulting in a briefly tense standoff between the American military and ardent UFO claimants. Despite the lack of solid evidence beyond word of mouth, this place is arguably the focal point for those who believe the government is hiding alien life, or indeed that the government is working with alien life somewhere out of sight. What's been the government's response to all the many alien accusations leveled against it, though? For decades, the higher-ups certainly remained tight-lipped on such matters, which further fueled public curiosity and suspicion. But more recently, we've seen an apparently sizable shift towards transparency, at least on the surface. The most notable development is the establishment of the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force in 2020. It was created to investigate mysterious alien sightings by military personnel. And in June 2021, the Pentagon released a much-anticipated report acknowledging over 140 UAP encounters between 2004 and 2021. It concluded that most of the sightings remain unexplained, but none were definitively attributed to extraterrestrial origins. The UAPTF has since been restructured into the AARO, All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, but the push for transparency in front of the public appears to still be more important than it was in years past. Previously secret documents have also recently been declassified, such as many of those related to Project Blue Book, a then unprecedented Cold War-era investigation into UFO sightings, beginning in 1952 and finishing in 1969. Blue Book had two primary goals. First, to scientifically analyze sightings of UFOs, and second, to determine if they were a threat. And while it dismissed most sightings as misidentified aircraft or natural phenomena, 701 cases were officially labeled as unexplained. Confirmation of this, via the release of the documents from the time, has today underlined what many continue to believe, that aliens and the government go a long way back in history. Nevertheless, While the Pentagon and intelligence agencies are taking the issue of UFOs, now UAPs, more seriously, officials still stop short of confirming the existence of aliens. So the door remains open for continued speculation, and many still wonder whether they really are hiding a huge and world-changing truth. What do you think? About Roswell, Area 51, and Dulce Base? About Lazar, Cooper, and Schneider? Or about those who have made the front page more recently, such as Luis Elizondo and David Grush? The claims are mounting up, but is there substance to the stories?
What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments. Check out these other clips from Unveiled, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for our latest content.